I was just posting something on Facebook, and as I was typing out the caption, like it made me pause and I just started thinking about what I was saying. And the video I was posting, it was just a short clip, little reel. And in the reel, I'm talking about how, I've let a lot of people go throughout my life to heal. And, I was just talking about how I've never had to let anyone go that was helping me grow. That's a bar. I've never had to let anyone go that was helping me grow. People don't want to let people go. It's like when you're sick, your friends are sick too. That's why you're friends. You have sick people shit in common. And then when you say, you decide, hey, I want to heal. I want to do better. I need to heal some things inside. I want to eat better. I want to take better care of my body. Right? And then you start listening to different things than you've listened to in the past. You start listening to somebody like me. Now you're getting new information. Now you're being inspired. Now your eyes are starting to open to see things that you've never seen before and to understand things that you've never understood before. But you're still trying to hang with sick people. You got to make a decision. It's like you're wanting to heal, but you don't want to let go of sick people. And just in, me writing that post, I started thinking about, I started to say that you're keeping people in your life that's holding you back. And it was like that was the moment where I paused. And something just came to me and it had me thinking, why do we hang with people that's holding us back? And are these people really holding us back? Because the truth is, no one can hold you back. Why, if you're serious about healing, are you still hanging with sick people? And these are questions I used to ask myself. Why are you still hanging with them? They're not going where you're trying to go. So why are you still trying to hold on to them? When I would be in the grocery store, and this is, I did a year of fruit, and then this is during that year of fruit, shortly before I fell off. I would go to like Whole Foods, and they have a cooked section. They have a buffet area, all that shit. They got a lot of bullshit behind the glass, ovens, and I would go over there. And I'm asking myself, what are you doing over here? Ain't no fruit over here. And then it's like I'm telling myself, I'm just curious. Just want to see something. And I would go over there and I'm reading the ingredients and everything, act like I'm doing research or something. But there were other reasons I was going over there. And I later found that out. See, like now where I'm at, I'm not going over there. For what? There's nothing over there that I want. Why are you hanging with them? Like, why? Like, do you want to heal or not? Because if you do, they can't help you heal. So why are you still going around them? If you're really honest with yourself, the way I was really honest with myself, then you realize that nobody's holding you back. You're hanging with them people because you want to. You're hanging with them people because you're not really ready to heal. You're looking at, the McDonald's and the coupons that come in the mail for Pizza Hut and the Domino's, and you're walking in the cooked section because you want that. You're not fully ready to just eat food. That's why you keep going to where the non-food items are. That's really what it is. Nobody holds us back. Nobody forces their way into our lives. Everyone in our lives, we've allowed in our lives. And before you give in to a temptation, you gave a lot of attention to that temptation. Looking at it, thinking about it. Why are you thinking about it? If you don't want it, why are you thinking about it? First sign of a problem is that you're even thinking about it. You don't think about things you don't want. You don't allow yourself to think about things that you don't want. So if you even find yourself thinking about it, that's your sign right there that you need to tighten some things up. And I see it all the time. I see it all, like, this is just what's common. That people don't do what they need to do to heal. People don't really want to heal. People are cool, like they're willing to heal to like a certain degree. Like I see people, man, has been struggling for years. It's like, how are you still, are you really struggling? People always, like I always hear people say, it's a struggle. I'm struggling. It's a struggle. Is it really a struggle though? Because you're just always losing. Like, are you even struggling? Because I'm hearing people just constantly, I gave in to this, I gave in to that, I did this. Are you even struggling? I'm going to tell you what a struggle is. One day I'm driving home and I just had thoughts flooding my mind of pizza, what they call pizza. And it was so intense. And as these thoughts are on my mind, I'm about to drive past a pizza spot. I didn't stop. I drove past. But these thoughts didn't stop either. And the entire time I'm driving, I'm fighting the urge, the temptation to turn around and go get a pizza. What they call a pizza. This fucking 80, 90, 100 plus chemicals. And so I made it home. And I get in the house, the thoughts are still like they're nonstop. This is struggle. Like I'm fighting. And I go in my room and I just sit on the floor. And these thoughts, man, they are just more and more intense. And I'm just sitting on the floor. I don't know how to fight back. See, then I didn't know then what I know now. And I just fought and fought and fought. And I was like that close to leaving back out the house and going to get a pizza. And I eventually just fell asleep. I fought or struggled until I fell asleep. Like I had just gotten so tired from the struggle that I just fell asleep. And thus I never gave in. At that moment. That's what's like, are people doing that? Are people really struggling? Like, I just wonder, what do people mean when they say they're struggling? Because I listen to some of these people and I've worked with some of them before. I've coached them to some degree, either a group coaching setting or, one-on-one. And I just know for a fact that these people are not even doing what they're supposed to do. These people are not doing what I've coached them to do. These people are not doing what they know to do. So how are you struggling? You're not even struggling if you're not even doing what you know to do. These people ain't struggling. These people doing what they want to do. You eat that bullshit because you want to. You're not letting those people go because you don't want to. You keep them in your lives because you want them in your life. A lot of people think they want to heal until they see what it costs. And, people are okay with paying a certain amount. It's like, just think, I don't know, you went shopping for some shoes and you wanted a specific kind of shoe. And, you've seen the price tag on it and you was like, yeah, I'm not willing to pay that much. It's like, you got the money. You could pay that much, but you don't want to pay that price because you don't think that shoe is worth that price. And so you may try to find that shoe somewhere else for a cheaper price. And if you can't find that shoe somewhere else for a cheaper price, then you just won't have that shoe. And in that same scenario, sometimes like people will buy a shoe and think they got a better deal. And the shoe is a fake. So now you done lost money and you got this fake ass shoe that you don't even want to wear. You done lost time looking for that cheaper shoe. They don't want to pay the cost to heal. So they look for a discount. They look for sales. They look for other ways to do it. I don't want to pay that. Surely there's got to be another way. I don't want to let them go. So they try to figure out ways to hang with them, to keep them in their lives, but still heal. I see this shit all the time. Even when it comes to the eating. They don't want to stop going to the restaurants. They don't want to stop going to the traps. It's just like somebody that used to smoke crack that say they don't want to smoke no more, but they don't want to stop going to the traps. They want to be fruitarian. Fuck you still going to restaurants for? And people try to figure out a way to have their cake and eateth too. They want to live this high vibrational lifestyle of eating just fruit. But they also want to live this low vibrational lifestyle of hanging out in all these traps. They want to hang with the people who eat just fruit, but they also want to hang with the people who eat off of carcasses and they eat chemicals, shit that scientists developed in laboratories. They don't want to pick a side. They trying to play the middle. Playing the middle is playing the low vibrational lifestyle. I don't know why people think they can put themselves in these types of atmospheres, these low vibrational atmospheres, these low energy atmospheres, and think it won't affect them. People act like they're struggling. People act like they're trying to eat just fruit. They're trying to be fruitarian. They're trying to heal and change and grow. Like, are you really? That's just a question. Are you really? Because I don't know, like from my experience, when you do what you know to do, it don't take that long. It don't take that fucking long. It took me, I don't know. I know less than a year. Like I'm going to say about 6 months. Because that's what's in my head. It took me about 6 months. For me to find out that I had addictions. And then to completely overcome them. And get to a point in this journey of mine, of this fruit journey, this truth journey, to where I can live in a major city, surrounded by the potential for temptation everywhere, eat just fruit, and it not be a struggle, and to not be tempted. It took me like I said, about 6 months for all of that to happen. But that's because I do what I know to do. When I feel it on the inside that I'm supposed to be doing a certain thing or not doing a certain thing anymore, I take action. I'm on it. When your healing is important to you, you're going to do whatever you need to do. You're not going to do anything to hinder your growth. When your healing is important to you, when your growth is important to you. You making sure you got all your I's dotted and all your T's crossed. So, are people really struggling? I'm not saying they're not. I know for a fact, though, that a lot of people that I see, they're not struggling. They're not struggling. They're doing exactly what they want to do. They don't want to You know, it's cool to eat fruit every now and then, but they're not trying to make this a lifestyle. They're not trying to eat food as a lifestyle. They fake like they're trying. They fake like they want to grow. They fake like they want this life. Anything that anyone's going through that's claiming to want to live this lifestyle, I've already been through it. I already know what that looks like. And I've had those tough conversations with myself. I've held myself accountable. I don't need an accountability partner. I take responsibility for myself. I don't need anyone to tell me to take responsibility. And that's all important, but I follow all of that up with doing what I know to do. When I'm given direction, as we all are, and I know what I need to do on the inside, as we all do, fucking own it. I do it. That's why I keep growing. And others that know that have that same knowing, they don't do it. That's why they don't grow. Why don't they do it? They don't want to. It's simple.
Why would I throw in the towel? I just got on my bag. I don't make no mistakes. I'm coming for mine, and there ain't no one taking my place. Listen, I've taken some L's. Yeah, that means I lived and I learned.